Hello, it is now 7 p.m. I am Denai Strong,
I am Adriana Livingston.
and a warm South Florida welcome to all of you to the 94th edition of Community Conversations.
As Denai said, this is the 94th show, just six away from our 100th show, and we have been coming to you homes every Friday night for the past 22 months. Yes, 1 year and 11 months. And we have not missed one Friday. This is all possible thanks to support of our sponsors, whom you will hear more about later in the show. We have another memorable show planned for you tonight. Tonight is our Christmas edition, and we hope you enjoy it.
He received his progress report. James Lee is a sixth grader at Lantana Middle School, and as he was in elementary school, he continues to be in shining style. He received his progress report recently, and we're all proud of him. 6 A's and 1 B. Not only does James Lee excel in class, he also excels in his community. Most recently, he installed computers at a local child care learning lab. It should also be noted that James Lee earned an A in his recent computer class. Finally, James Lee devotes at least one day each month at a local horse ranch where he feeds the horses and cares for the other animals. Congratulations, James Lee. We're proud of you.
My name is Corey Lamb, father of two boys, a 6 and a 7-year-old, out here today enjoying this beautiful day at the Botanical Garden with the KOP Mentoring Network program with Mr. Ceron. What I'm seeing here today is just amazing of what these kids are being exposed to through his mentorship program. Just the fact of seeing the smiles on their faces and being exposed to things that they've never seen or experienced before. I definitely recommend this program to you all in regarding to your children and brightening your children's future. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Tiffany. I'm looking forward to all the different trips that KOP has to offer. And because of all the different opportunities I get to see and do, instead of just like watching them on TV or something, I can be actually doing something.
The reason I like KLP is because I have so many opportunities and different trips to get to see new things that I might have not seen, especially on school trips. And it's very important for me to get out and see new things and have new experiences for my own mental health. In our regular life in school, we wouldn't have known a lot of things. People don't explain things, so to get out and to really see and have like that physical contact with everything, to see new things, it opens your brain and it opens your eyes to a whole new world that you might have not seen before.
Thank you, United Way, Palm Beach County. Thank you, Riviera Beach Parks and Recreation.
Thank you, Riviera Beach CDC.
Thank you, Council Member Lanier.
Thank you, friends of Riviera Beach
Hi everyone,
Schools.
Valine here from Community Conversations, here to ask a few of my fellow peers about what they know about Black Wall Street. Here today we have Joy. Can you tell me a bit about yourself, Joy?
Hi, I'm Joy. I'm a freshman at Atlantic High School, and I like long walks on the beach.
How old are you?
I'm 15.
Okay. Can you tell me a little bit about what you know about the Black Wall Street?
I'm not entirely sure what that is, but it sounds like since there's black, it's probably like something about indigenous African Americans or something.
So you've never heard about it until now? Not even in schools?
No, ma'am.
That should tell you something. So basically, the Black Wall Street was a community in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It was its very own district, accumulated of African American individuals who had their own parks, businesses, cars, car washes, schools, anything that is in a regular community, you name it, it was in theirs. And they didn't have no help except their own. It was basically built up from their own money, and as they invested in it, it continued to grow. Hey again, right now we're here with
Liz Marie. Oh yeah, I'm a junior at Atlantic right now.
How old are you?
I'm 16.
Can you give me a little summary of what you think Black Wall Street is?
Okay, so I'm not like 100% sure, but I've seen it like on TV, and I know it's like a place where people used to live, black people, like a black-owned town, I guess. Yeah. A black-owned town, and and it got destroyed somehow. I'm not sure how it got destroyed, but I know it got destroyed.
So you've only heard about it through your TV and not in school?
No, so I just it wasn't on purpose that I heard of it. It was more like passing the TV, and it was just on the commercial. Yeah, so no, not in school. Yeah, we only heard about Wall Street as in the fall of Wall Street or something like that. I don't know what that
crash of the market.
Yeah, the crash of the market, yeah. That's what I know.
It's the wrong Wall Street, but it's still as important. Thank you. And again, today we're here with Isaiah. Can you tell me a bit about yourself?
Well, my name is Isaiah Taylor. I'm in the 6th grade, and I go to Carver Middle School.
Okay, Isaiah. Can you tell me a little summary of what you know about Black Wall Street?
I know exactly nothing about the Black Wall Street.
Nothing at all?
Nothing at all.
So you haven't even heard about it in school while you're learning about Black history?
No.
Thank you. Hey, we're here with
Mikey Fontes.
Okay, Mikey, can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm 18 years old. I'm a senior at Atlantic Community High School. I'm graduating next Saturday. I'm in IB. I don't know if that counts as anything, but I did that. And then I like to draw. I like everything like performing and artsy.
That's good. So can you tell me what you know about the Black Wall Street?
I mean, before, I didn't really know much about the Black Wall Street. I kind of learned a little bit about it after joining Community Conversation from you.
Oh, we're on, yes.
Yeah, and that's how I learned a little bit about it. And in terms of how I feel, it's disgusting. Like,
what happened to them?
Yeah, I feel like it should have been like more projected to the public. That's not something you just keep to yourself, especially when the race that it happened to don't really want it to be heard. We want it to be heard. We want our story to be heard. So that's disgusting.
So you've only heard about it through Community Conversation,
yeah,
not through any of your teachers?
None of my teachers, no one ever brought it up. We talked about all the African American police brutality, all of that, all of the brutal stuff that happened, and I have never heard of Black Wall Street.
Yeah, because it comes with both an upside and downside. It really was a miracle, like diamond hitting the rock. It's like not enough people know about it. Only know about its tragedies.
I agree. That would have been like a really good thing too. I feel like, and also it like enhances arguments sometimes. Because like something like that is big, like a whole entire community. It's not a game. It's not funny. Like it's just some serious matter, and people should know more about it.
Thank you for your time.
Of course.
Today we're here with
Ricia.
Okay, Ricia, can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
I am a college student.
What college do you go to?
I go to Palm Beach State.
So, can you tell me what you know about the Black Wall Street?
The Black Wall Street? I don't know much about it. I didn't really learn about that in school.
So in all your 4 years of high school, you never heard about it once in the curriculum?
No.
You think it might have been?
Black Wall Street?
Yeah.
Black Wall Street. The only thing that comes to mind is probably like when the days where the less privileged were basically like hidden away from the rest of the world because, you know, it's always like the whole white power stuff. That's what comes to mind about it.
Okay. Well, we got a good grasp on it. Yeah, it was basically a district in Tulsa, Oklahoma that consisted of like over 10,000 African Americans who had their own communities in Oklahoma. So they had their own parks, their own restrooms, their own theaters, clinics, movies. You think of it, like they made it all themselves because the ones out there were segregated by Jim Crow laws. So they made their very own. So as you can see, not a lot of our peers sadly know about it. About what the Black Wall Street is and how much it meant for African Americans to know that we ourselves made our own safe haven from the ground up. Hopefully this video can show that certain Black aspects of Black history, like the Black Wall Street, can be more incorporated in our school's curriculum so we can just shed light on this great miracle that is Black Wall Street. Thank you.
Soaring Eagles is a program for young people to learn more about aviation and to become more engaged in STEM. Not only are we talking to pilots and learning about the aerodynamics of flight, but we're talking to air traffic controllers, flight engineers, flight dispatchers, mechanics, military pilots, and others in the aviation field. We meet once a month, virtually, on the first Saturday of each month, from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. And we start with the speaker of the month. Could be a rocket scientist, it could be a pilot, it depends on what we have for that month. And then it's followed by the aerodynamics lesson.
Soaring Eagle is great. I get to learn about aviation, I get to learn about airplanes, and we even get to see some cool flight simulators. I would recommend KLP Aviation to everyone else.
Schools may be out this week, but that has not stopped learning for 20 students in a specialty camp in Palm Beach County. The students in Camp Quest on Singer Island have been learning life skills, golf, photography, and horticulture over the last 4 days. On Friday, they visited Asia as part of their journey around the world in 7 weeks. Each week, they are spending time on a different continent where they are learning about the culture, the food, the music, and other important aspects of the continent. The 7-week Camp Quest continues next Monday. Reporting for Community Conversation, I am Janai O'Mara. Singer Island continued their quest of having fun in the sun this week as they enjoyed endless activities guaranteed to keep youngsters entertained and engaged. They kicked off their week with golf and gardening, followed by photography and fishing on Tuesday. On Wednesday, they had plenty of fitness and fun when they participated in nearly 20 traditional and non-traditional sports at the Kids Fitness Festival of the Palm Beaches. The event was held at the Jim Brandon Equestrian Center in West Palm Beach. They spent Thursday on the water fishing and swimming off the coast of Palm Beach. On Friday, they visited Africa as part of their journey around the world in 7 weeks. Each week, they are spending time on a different continent where they are learning about the culture, the food, the music, and other important aspects of the continent. The 7 continued at Camp Quest this week for the campers on Singer Island. They kicked off the short week with photography on the beach in the sun and sand. They had an inspirational conversation with council member Kashamba Miller Anderson, who joined them during their lunch and learn hour. They spent Wednesday on the links at Lone Pine Golf Course in West Palm Beach, where they sharpened their driving and putting skills. Later that afternoon,
They carved out some time to learn about drowning prevention from some of Palm Beach County's best. On Thursday, they heard from a spear fisherman about career opportunities in the marine industry and learned about the mysteries of the ocean. They also got a close-up look at a lionfish, which the campers found very fascinating. After lunch at the Port of Palm Beach, they heard from executives about the history of the port and the role it serves in the region. They later cooled down during a session of yoga. They continued their journey around the world on Friday as they learned about the foods, animals, and landmarks of North America. For the last 3 weeks, they are spending time on a different continent where they are learning about the culture, the food, the music, and other important aspects of the continent. The 7-week Camp Quest this week for the campers on Singer Island. They started the week with aviation and aircraft maintenance with flight safety. They also had an educational conversation with Councilwoman Julia Battelle and her assistant Sam Brown. On Tuesday, over cake to celebrate one of the campers' birthdays, they got a chance to speak with the city manager of Riviera Beach, Jonathan Evans. The students had the opportunity to learn about mushroom sprouts and as a group are caring for their own. Wednesday's camp was a day full of gardening and water fun. The students spent half their day learning about the different plants of Florida and using mini microscopes to explore the garden beds. The campers then got an opportunity to plant watermelons and other fruits to take home. During camp on Thursday, they got to meet with 4 real estate agents and discuss the difference between commercial and residential properties. The students also had the opportunity to learn about hydroponics and plant green beans using only water and perlite. After lunch, the campers had a chill time learning how to sew with a few quick stitches. Friday, they learned about the foods, animals, and people of South America as part of their journey around the world in 7 weeks. Each week, they are spending time on a different continent where they are learning about the culture, the food, the music, and other important aspects of the continent. The 7-week Camp Quest continued to enjoy a truckload of fun this week as they spent week 5 in their STEM camp on Singer Island. They kicked off the week with a roundtable discussion with CNN hero and founder of Estella's Brilliant Bus, Estella Mims Pyfrom. The former educator used her retirement funds to build a bus and outfitted it with computers so she could bring learning to those students and communities who had no access to computers. Ms. Pyfrom cautioned the campers about choosing their words carefully, as some words can be hurtful to others. The Questers also learned about the science of aerodynamics and created stomp rockets with help from 4-H representatives. On Tuesday, they walked through Green Cave Nature Center and wetlands where they photographed a variety of different animal and plant life as part of their photography class. Lunch, courtesy of Miss Janet Meeks, was at Delray Beach Chamber of Commerce. They heard from Chamber Executive Director Stephanie Immelman and Mr. Rick Burgess, owner and operator of Dealers Pro Choice and Auto Body and Collision Center. The campers were on hand to witness the swearing in of 2 former members of KLP Mentoring Network as Delray Beach police officers. On Wednesday, they visited the zoo right from their seats when Bush Wildlife, a refuge and nature center for Florida wildlife, brought to the camp a baby alligator, a tortoise, a corn snake, an eastern screeching owl, and a barred owl who was sadly missing an eye. They collected gems on Thursday from a licensed contractor, a representative from a microgreens company, a psychotherapist, and council member Doug Lawson. They spent Friday in Antarctica, where they learned about the foods, culture, animals, and important landmarks. The 7-week Camp Quest continues next Monday.
Camp Quest this week on Singer Island. They started the week with a water cycle experiment where they recreated the water cycle in a mason jar. They heard from Delia Sharman, an electronic medical records consultant, who taught them about the importance of being on time and gratitude. They received prizes for their work and learned a lot of new ideas. On Tuesday, campers listened as a shark enthusiast showed them underwater photos and spoke about his experience swimming with the sharks and other underwater animals. They later showcased their creative eye with another week of photography. Mayor Ronnie Felder of Riviera Beach told them over lunch about life skills and the importance of conducting themselves appropriately at all times. At camp on Wednesday, the members of the Riviera Beach Fire Department stopped by to give them an introduction to the world of fire science. After answering their questions, the firefighters gave the campers a static exhibit of their medical vehicle and their ladder truck. Later in the day, they heard from Sarah Goodman, a literary attorney who introduced them to copyright laws. On Thursday, Laverne Blackwood, a human resources consultant, spoke about the importance of soft skills, skills that you acquire over time. They ended the day with a nice, relaxing yoga session. They visited Europe on Friday, where they learned about the foods, animals, and important landmarks as a part of their journey around the world in 7 weeks. Each week, they are spending time on a different continent.
Friendship, fun, adventure, nature, games, and more fun. Ask any camper in Camp Quest 21 how was their summer, and you are sure to hear those words. As the campers wrap up the final week of their experience, they heard from retired meteorologist Chris Farrell, formerly of Channel 12, who told them to never give up in pursuing their goals in life. They had a chance to explore nature when they visited Wakatahatchee wetlands. They took photographs of various species of birds and plants, and they also saw alligators. They also had an adventure of their lifetime, or maybe an adventure of the 7 weeks, on a ranch in Parkland where they saw some beautiful Arabian horses, as well as bunnies, chickens, and goats. They also visited the zoo right from their seats when Bush Wildlife, a refuge and nature center for Florida wildlife, brought a baby alligator, a tortoise, a corn snake, an eastern screeching owl, and a red soldier hawk. After a relaxing morning of arts and crafts, they had a taste testing. Yes, they had the famous Granny B's shrimp and garlic bread with homemade cooking butter during lunch. Speaking of food, the campers will end their experience on Friday in Australia, where they will learn about the culture, the foods, animals, and important landmarks. They will also cook and sample some dishes from the land down under. Each week, they spent time on a different continent. Reporting for Community Conversations, my name is Janai O'Mara.
And special thanks to our sponsors for help making Camp Quest 2021 possible.
This is my second time boating out, but never for fun, and this has been the best experience I've had for a long while.
It's amazing. It's like a different, you get a different perspective instead of like the road. I usually ride my bike and notice like a lot of like places, but just how the waves, sometimes they are like really rough.
Saturday morning, and while most kids are still in bed, these two students are out on the water, having the time of their lives. It's a well-deserved treat for Dina Bazoo and Dara Curry, who recently graduated Atlantic Community High School.
Well, I'm excited. See, I'm wearing the shirt. I'm going to Middlebury College in Vermont, so I'm really excited for that. Scared, but excited.
The pair also served as co-hosts of Community Conversation, a weekly 1-hour web talk show for youth.
So I'm always forever thankful for Dina because she shared community conversations with me about last year, October, around then. And I started as a production intern to just see the ropes of everything, help with some of the advertisements. But then, going into it some more, you got to actually trust me to try me out one night. And then it worked out positively, and you gave me a lot of comments that the viewers are giving. And it took me a few months to improve based off of that. But ever since then, it's just been absolutely.
They began their fascinating adventure at Knowles Park Boat Ramp in Delray Beach, and they cruised south along the Intracoastal Waterway where they saw elegant mega homes, many with elaborate boat houses and boats on both sides of the ditch. Now, after lunch at a fine restaurant in Deerfield Beach, they entered the Atlantic Ocean and headed north while experiencing sea life at its best in the fast boats.
I don't know, I feel free.
Now, the trip was made possible by KOP Mentoring Network and SOE, Success Over Everything, which is a local nonprofit that exposes kids to boating and marine life.
Just being able to give to the kids, showing them the waterways, the ICW, just teaching them about what we have here in South Florida to be able to just share with our youth, and definitely want to get more kids out to be able to experience this, and I'll definitely be working with KOP in the future to get more kids out. So this is great. I love doing this, and I'm looking forward to continuing in the future.
I'm trying to put that. I enjoyed the simulation because we got to fly an airplane, we got to put the things up, like put it to max power or lower it down. I will remember most about the day is the wings, because the honeycomb is, in the wings are just so cool. They have little pieces.
I would love to come back because it teaches me a lot of stuff and I had so much fun. Thanks to Mr. Jim and Mr. Tommy for letting us be there today. And all the other people. I had so much fun.
No, let's do third place
Third
first.
place, sorry. I'm so excited. I'm trying to get to the biggest money first. I apologize. Listen, I'm trying to get to the biggest money first.
And hey, by the way, I'm in suspense too because I don't even know do I know who the winners are? No, I don't.
Okay, so let's start with third place. Once again, we want to say all these kids are winners. But you know, we only have monies for first, second, and third, but everyone is a winner. Okay, Jada. Woo! Second place, Neil. Okay. First place, are we ready? Yeah. Dana.
Dana. Oh, you?
Wibbly.
You? Hey, don't spend all in one place.
For the second half of our monies.
Hey, you're on camera, man.
I'm not concerned. The judges chose based on a lot of technical parts. They chose on presentation and content, and C-Ron gave them very specifics. Ted and I, from Roots and Wings and Delray Citizens, didn't use that criteria. To us, it was just messaging and clarity, so it was a different standard. We have two winners that we chose just by the different standard of how we felt it came across. There's not a first place and a second place, but I will tell you the two we have each gets $250. Oh. So the first thing I would say is this, Danae, come here. You spend this money the way you want. Don't let your parents tell you how to spend it. You tell them exactly what you want. This isn't like the school of education. This is for fun. So one of the first two choices we have is for Danae. Oh. It's $250 spent the way you want to spend it. The second person we felt, in terms of devotee, that's Ted and myself, would be Shamari. So Shamari,
hey, I'm his mentor.
Give him his 10%. Thank you so much for having me.
All right, friends, you know, I think someone said it earlier, in baseball, and this is for the young people in particular, in baseball, you cannot get a home run unless you take a swing. That's right. Just remember that, okay? Despite the pandemic, 2021 was a productive year for us. And again, thank you to everyone for your support. Have a happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas,
Thank you.
Happy Kwanzaa, and a safe and productive New Year. Thank you.
All right.
I got to tell you, like I said to the parents and the children, nobody wants to be in the hospital ever, but certainly not a child during the holidays. they're anxious, they feel like they're away from all the fun that everyone else has. You will bring joy, and like Sue Feldman said, who's the director of the unit up there, these kids, it will brighten their day. It'll help the nurses because then they'll feel better. So what you did today is so far-reaching. We can't thank you enough. Happy holidays, everybody, and please stay safe.
A special shout out to our mentors, Miss Suzette Franklin, Miss Priscilla M. Willingham, Mr. Ted White, and Mr. Rory Jenkins for investing your time in us.
Happy birthday shout out to Miss Karen Sims, Miss TK Rich, and Andy Grant. A warm welcome to our friends who are joining us on the KOP Mentoring Network or Boca Raton Tribune Facebook pages or on YouTube. As usual, shout out to our friends in the Bahamas, Belize, Canada, Costa Rica, Jamaica, Japan, St. Vincent, Tobago, the UK, and the US Virgin Islands. Please remember to share community conversation on your social media pages.
Here at KOP, we believe that leadership training prepares youth to manage their time, work in a team setting, set goals, start conversations, facilitate meetings, and make effective presentations, all of which are positive life skills that they will carry into adulthood. Please direct your attention to our friend, Mr. John Maxwell, for our Leadership Minute.
Colin Powell said, "Perpetual optimism is a force multiplier." Hey, my name is John Maxwell. Welcome to Minute with Maxwell, and that was just a statement of strength that I gave you. I'll repeat it now. Colin Powell, perpetual optimism is a force, I love this word, multiplier. Now, the key word in this short statement is perpetual. Colin Powell did not say occasional optimism is a force multiplier. He didn't say every once in a while. No. He said, if you are perpetually optimistic, day in, day out, it begins to be a force multiplier. You see, occasional optimism is based upon how I feel, emotions. If I follow my emotions, some days I feel optimistic, some days I don't. Whatever I feel like is what I'll do. That doesn't work. There's no multiplier in a positive way there. But perpetual optimism is based on what I control. It's based upon my will, not my emotion. I've often said the difference between people who win and people who whine is very simple. People who whine want to feel good before they do something, and people who win do something so they can feel good. That's what Colin Powell is saying. Be a perpetual optimist. I'm John Maxwell. Thanks for joining us today on Minute with Maxwell.
Every time we're reporting this, it just gets more expansive. For the parents viewing this, you really should have your children instilled in this. This is a great opportunity, very educational and interactive and fun from what I'm hearing. Just 5 out of 5. We also have one of the campers with us tonight. Let's get Lashay on with us. Hi, can you pronounce your name just to make sure that I'm not getting any errors?
Sorry. My name's Lashay.
Okay,
you said it.
perfect. All right, thank you. So how is camp going for you so far, Lashay?
It's going really good. I like it.
What are like the cool things about camp that you like so far? What something memorable?
Well, one of my favorite trips was our fishing trip, because we one of our counselors caught a kingfish, and we had it on. We got to eat it.
Was that recently or this week? At what time did you do that?
We did that probably a couple weeks ago.
Perfect. So is this the first time that you're going to a summer sort of camp, or is it something that you regularly do?
I did it before.
Okay, great. Anything else that you want to tell us about camp that you like? Do you do anything indoors, opposed to outside?
Yes, we have a lot of amazing speakers come and tell us about what they do.
With camp, just to get one more thing out of you, is there something that, like an activity that they did for you guys that you thought you wouldn't have liked, but you changed your mind towards it?
Yes, Brain Bowl.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of that from the campus. Can you give us like a quick assessment of what Brain Bowl like looks like? Is it like a math-based competition, or do you just do a whole bunch of stuff?
There's different important people of Riviera Beach that we've learned about in the Brain Bowl packet.
All right, perfect. So it's great to see that you're kind of turning your way towards it a little bit. So each day, I've heard that you've begun the day with the camp pledge and end with the affirmation. Can you do the pledge for the viewers tonight, Lachey?
Sure. Hi, my name is Lachey Blackshear, and I'll be saying the Camp Quest pledge. I pledge allegiance to myself and who I want to be, because I can make my dreams come true if I believe in me. I pledge to stay in school and learn all the things I need to know to make the world a better place for kids like me to grow. I pledge to keep my dreams alive and be all I can be. I know I can, and that's because I pledge to stay drug, alcohol, tobacco, and sex-free.
Perfect. Lovely enunciation, everything. You guys.
Okay. Hello. It is now 6 p.m. I'm Amelia Thos.
And I'm Alex Blackwood.
And a warm South Florida and Costa Rica welcome to all of you to this 88th edition of Community Conversations.
They are all Americans who made sacrifices to keep our nation a strong, independent democracy. From these ranks came heroes, the soldiers never leaving anyone behind, taking chances to save another and leaving their families to serve this calling. The military has grown leaders in public and private life. Tonight we have Mr. Anthony Atwood, who retired from the U.S. Navy. Thank you for joining us.
Hi. Thank you, Delana.
Hello, Mr. Atwood.
Hi.
Hello, Mr. Atwood. Let me just say, guys, this man is someone who's dear to me. I am a lot of who I am today because of that man over there. I worked for him for a while. They say the Chiefs run the Navy. That man helped to make me the person I am today. He was my dear friend, my roommate at times, but that man was largely responsible for the person I am today. And Anthony D. Atwood, just want to say thank you, sir, for making me the person I am.
That's so amazing.
We did it together, buddy. It's all good.
Teamwork.
Oh, we finally get to meet C. Ron's mentor. I always wondered who that was.
C. Ron. Excuse me, who's mentor?
Mr. C. Ron.
Let's get it now. Let's get it.
Yeah, well, some of you may not notice, but C. Ron Allen is a retired Navy chief. He was served in
Chief. Let's not even head down that.
But that was when my mustache wasn't it was brown, and I didn't have these sideburns. That and C. Ron had hair on his head.
Those were the days.
What a time to be alive.
Right. Those were the days.
You can be an A, you can be an architect, get your building to kiss the sky. You can be a B, you can be a biochemist, make medicine save lives. You can be a C, computer or software developer, or programs and systems and files. You can be a D, you can be a dentist, because everybody loves to smile. You can be an E, you can be an engineer, solve problems of all kinds. Chemical, mechanical, electrical, use the power of your mind. You can be an F, you can be a firefighter, fight fires in red trucks. You can be a G, gastroenterologist, deal with problems in the gut. You can be an H, hospital administrator, hospitals need leaders. You can be an I, intelligence officer, the FBI kind of people. You can be a J, you teacher. Those kids are young and restless. You can be an elf, you can be a lawyer. Cause people need to know their rights. You can be an mobile app developer, like the people that made Fortnite. You can be an Indian, you can be a nurse, medical kit for the masses. You can be an optometrist for people that need eyeglasses. You can be a paramedic for medical emergencies. You can be a Q quantum physicist of particles and energy. You can be an R researcher, find cures for disease. You can be an S stockbroker. You get to work with money. You can be a T truck mechanic. Trucks are critical transportation. You can be a U university president, rule the future of your nation. You can be a V video game designer or Xbox and PlayStations. You can be a W web developer. It's an online occupation. Now take that S. You can be your own boss with impact on the world. And with that Y, you can be your own boss. Tell me boy and girl. And with that Z, Z is we strive. You can reach the sky if you try. Just don't be a Z. Just don't be a zombie. And let the world pass you by.
We have with us tonight Sam and his dad, Mr. Bobby White. Gentlemen, thank you for being with us on Community Conversations.
Hey now.
Amazing job, Sam. You know more about this stuff than I do, and I'm in college.
I doubt that.
I really doubt that.
So I know that Friday night is your date night, and that's also when you watch TV. So I promise you, we won't cut into your date night too much. Why don't you start by telling us about your date night? What is that, and what do you do?
Well, me and my mommy started out when I was little. Mommy wanted to celebrate my grades on Friday, so we started coming up with something called Sleep Party, where we ate snacks and watched TV.
That's amazing.
I'm not invited, I should mention. I'm not invited to sleep.
Nobody's invited except sons and mommies. Sons and mommies.
Yes.
It really.
And for short.
Now, you offered these great ideas for others to consider. So, what careers are you interested in?
Well, I really love building. I've been building since I was 3 or 2. Do you know how old I was when I started building?
Well, maybe 2. Yeah, maybe so. Maybe even younger than that.
Yeah, I really loved building. And so I want to be an architect, the governor, the president, also the mayor, and a science teacher. In case I don't get to work with science when I become the president or the mayor.
Yeah, I told him he can work with scientists once he's the president, but we can, so it's a lot to choose from. That's all I'd say.
It's good to have a backup plan.
I see. I learned that you have a lot of hobbies. You like to play, watch TV, run, draw, rap, and you also like to ride. When do you find time to do your schoolwork?
I don't really know. Whenever I come home, when I do my homework, I just get in my pajamas and then I do my homework. Sometimes I do my homework before then, though.
Yeah, like, do you do it at school sometimes? Do you have time to do it at school sometimes?
Yeah, we go to after school care. They let us do our homework. So we have more time to play. And that really saves up a lot of my time and energy. But I have energy for days.
You are one busy young man, Sam. So, one last question. Why is it so hard for a tiger to play cards in the jungle?
Oh.
Because there are too many cheetahs.
Good one. High five.
Mr. White?
Yes.
We've heard that you co-wrote the song with Sam. What was your thoughts in doing this?
He
What-
co-wrote, not wrote the whole song.
So for me, Sam is such a smart kid, and there are a lot of kids that look just like him who are just as smart, just need the type of encouragement and direction. So when I wrote it, it was about opening up ideas for Sam, but we shared it because we want kids who look like Sam to know the world can be theirs just with dedication, focus, and dreaming. And so that was my motivation. And I can't tell you how blessed we feel that video has touched so many people.
That's definitely right.
Okay, hush.
So, Mr. White,
Yes.
did he use a teleprompter or did he rely on his remarkable memory?
His remarkable memory.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't remember, but that song we had written it, and I used to have a track that I got off of I don't know, Apple Music or something, and so it was the instrumental, and we used to do it to that. But I don't have the rights to that music, so I figured that when I filmed it, okay, well, let me break out this beatbox I haven't used in 20 years. But he was able to remember that whole song and sing it all by himself. So yeah, Sam's just pretty remarkable.
Well, Sam, I have no doubt that you'll do great things in life. You are certainly an inspiration to many. Thank you, gentlemen, for enlightening us tonight.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you guys.
I'm good at a lot of things. I'm good at drawing.
Remember to tell your friends about community conversations. We hope you learned something tonight that will make a significant impact on your life. Young people, there is no greater investment that you can make on a Friday night than being with like-minded peeps on community conversations.
Are you considering a career in broadcasting, journalism, or just want to have fun speaking with people? Our Community Conversations team has a spot for you. Yes, you. Community Conversations will prepare you for success in the broadcast industry. Learn from industry professionals in a live setting from the comfort of your home. You'll master the technical skills required to control equipment, regulate audio and visual quality, and produce programs for radio or television. You can build your confidence as you build a portfolio to launch your dream career as a radio or television broadcasting technician. To learn more, call 561-665-0151 or email info@kopmn.org. That is 561-665-0151 or email info@kopmn.org.
Thank you again to all our guests for enlightening us, to our sponsors for keeping us going, and a big sincere shout out to the Boca Raton Tribute for simulcasting us on Facebook and YouTube.
As we wrap up tonight's show, we leave you with this message.
I'm getting vaccinated against COVID-19. Yes, there could be some mild, short-term side effects from the vaccine. That's not going to stop me, and I'll tell you why. Some people may have some pain in their arm where they get the shot, or tiredness, headache, or fever. These are no fun, but they go away for almost everyone in a day or two. These are normal signs that your body is building protection. It's totally worth it to avoid the serious problems COVID-19 disease can cause and to help get our lives back. Visit cdc.gov.
Information. If it exists in writing, we print it. If it exists online, we update it. If it exists on mobile, we notify. If it exists in video, we show it. If it exists in audio, we play it. In the past, the news had to wait for a paper to print for it to happen. Today, news happens in real time. It's analyzed, edited, and published immediately by us your neighbors, and of course, you. Wherever you are, you write, edit, give opinions, share photos, and make the news happen. This is why a paper needs to be on print, on screen, and on your phone. Wherever you are, your news has its pulse in the community. The Boca Raton Tribune. We are much more than just a newspaper. We are your closest neighbor.